When the rivers whisper instead of roar, and the earth beneath begins to crack, India listens in silence. Every monsoon brings a promise, but for millions, that promise fades too soon. From Rajasthan's dry wells to Chennai's empty taps, the thirst runs deeper than the drought itself. A nation that holds nearly 18% of the world's population shares barely 4% of its fresh water. And every decade, that reserve shrinks, drop by drop. This isn't just a story of climate or crisis. It's the story of imbalance between people, politics, and planning. This is India's water crisis, the numbers behind the drought. Over the past 2 decades, India's monsoon has become a game of chance. Too much in some places, and too little in others. Rain once arrived like clockwork, feeding farms and rivers across the subcontinent. Today, its rhythm has fractured, broken by climate patterns that no longer obey tradition. According to the Indian Meteorological Department, the country's average rainfall has dropped by nearly 7% in just 10 years. And the decline isn't uniform. It's regional, uneven, unpredictable. Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Karnataka have seen some of the steepest deficits, while Assam and Bihar drown in excess. One nation, divided by water itself. Here's the data. In 2023, rainfall deviation across drought-hit states ranged from -22% in Maharashtra to -38% in Rajasthan. Each bar on this graph tells the story of failure, of clouds that never came. Behind those numbers lie fields of withered grain and reservoirs reduced to puddles. Water tables dropping faster than they can be replenished. If this is the new normal, then the question isn't just when it will rain, but whether we'll still have enough to catch when it does. Behind every statistic lies a face, and behind every drought, a story that rarely makes the news. In villages across Bundelkhand, farmers stare at skies that no longer answer. Crops wilt before harvest. Debts grow like cracks in the soil. In the cities, the crisis hides behind concrete walls. Taps run dry, and tankers line the streets. Water has become a privilege, sold by the leader. A mother in Ladder walks 5 kilometers each morning for a single pot. Her child's school opens late, waiting for water to arrive. In India, 1 in every 3 households still lacks access to reliable drinking water, and nearly 200,000 lives are lost each year. Not to flood or famine, but to thirst and contamination. We measure progress in pipelines and projects, but for those waiting at the edge of a dry well, progress is a promise yet to flow. These are not isolated struggles. They're connected by every drop that never reached its destination. The imbalance is human and it's growing. Water, once a gift of nature, has become a tool of negotiation between states, policies, and power. From the Kaveri to the Krishna, from Godavari to the Yamuna, rivers that once united regions now divide them. Each state guarding its share like treasure, each monsoon bringing new disputes, In the past 2 decades, more than 30 interstate water conflicts have reached the Supreme Court. Yet few have found lasting resolution, because the flow of water often meets the dam of politics. Promises are made before elections. Canals, pipelines, mega river linking dreams. But on the ground, deadlines dissolve like drought dust. Government reports show that nearly 45% of approved water infrastructure projects remain incomplete, stuck between paperwork, land disputes, and changing administrations. Meanwhile, cities grow, populations surge, and industries expand. But the pipelines meant to serve them are often dry before they're inaugurated. This is not just a story of scarcity. It's a story of management and mismanagement alike. Until water governance becomes a shared mission, India's rivers will continue to flow, divided. As climate patterns continue to shift, the question remains: can we predict, prepare, and prevent the next drought before it begins? India's water future now depends on data as much as on dams. Meteorological satellites, sensors, and AI-driven forecasts are becoming the new tools of survival. Each year, over 6,000 monitoring stations track rainfall, groundwater, and soil moisture. But information alone isn't enough. It must translate into action. The government's National Water Mission aims to improve efficiency by 20% through conservation, reuse, and river basin management. Yet progress remains uneven. Schemes flow faster on paper than they do through pipelines. The gap between promise and delivery still widens with each passing monsoon. But amid the challenges, stories of innovation are emerging. From farmers using drip irrigation to startups recycling wastewater into usable supply. A future of balance is possible if planning meets execution and vision meets urgency. Amid the crisis, stories of resilience flow quietly. In villages where dried wells are being revived, and rivers once declared dead now breathe again. From Maharashtra's watershed movements to Rajasthan's ancient yohads restored by communities, India's hope lies not only in policy, but in people. Young innovators are crafting local solutions, turning wastewater into gardens, rainfall into reservoirs, and awareness into action. These small ripples of effort are the tributaries of a greater change. A reminder that the water we save today writes tomorrow's survival story. Because the flow of a nation is not measured by the rivers that run, but by how we choose to protect them. As India moves toward a future of engineered sustainability, the interlinking of rivers stands as more than a project. It is a vision of equilibrium between nature and human design. Each canal, dam, and reservoir represents a step toward precision water management, a challenge that unites engineers, farmers, and dreamers in one common flow. From the Himalayan headwaters to the peninsular deltas, the story of water is the story of survival and the blueprint of a nation's resilience. But the flow is not just physical, it is moral, environmental, and generational. How we manage it defines not only our present, but the inheritance we leave behind. In the meeting of rivers, in the balance of drought and flood, lies a reminder that every drop counts and every delay deepens the divide. The solutions are known. The science is ready. What remains is will, to act, to conserve, to coexist. Because water is not just a resource, it is the rhythm of life, the pulse of progress, and the mirror of our collective future. A failed monsoon doesn't just empty reservoirs. It empties classrooms, farms, futures. When a village loses water, it loses its people. When a city loses water, it loses its rhythm. Water scarcity is never silent.